What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's that time of the week. It's the weekly rotation, and there's a bunch of newer stuff to the collection just riddled throughout this video, and something I haven't reached for in a really long time makes an appearance, but this is almost exclusively new stuff to my fragrance collection. All summer appropriate, minus one that I did wear to the movies. That was a fun night out fragrance, which we did a video on that topic last week. But it's week number 184 in the rotation, so stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is the newest release from City Rhythm Fragrance. This is called St. John. So St. John is a guava bomb in the top. Guava, coconut, so fruity. Quince really gives it kind of this like mouth-watering zest, if you will. This is really good. Niles did amazing. This immediately jumped into the top 3 from the house for me. Really good. Phenomenal atomizer, as you can see. My wife had walked into the room the first time I wore this. I just sprayed it, and she literally stopped right there and said, "Guava?" I was very impressed that she actually nailed the main note. So yeah, if you're a fan of guava, this is extremely tropical, island, summertime, beach vacation type of vibe. Performance is great. It's just floating all around, overwhelming the airspace in front of me. Just absolutely stunning. I would encourage you to get a sample and try this. If you're looking for a new love for your summer rotation, this very well could be it. Get your nose on it. It really is all that when it comes to tropical fruits. It's St. John from City Rhythm Fragrance. Then when I got the shower, this has become one of my personal favorite cheapies for the warmer weather. I love wearing this one out the shower. It's Kenneth Mankind Unlimited. So this is a beautiful watery orange, a little bit of spice and some woods. Nothing super complicated here, nothing groundbreaking, but just smells good. Very fun, casual, summer day type of scent profile. I'm a big fan of this one. My buddy Chad from A Gentleman's Journey turned me on to this one to do a collaboration review, and I'm so glad he did. This was a great recommendation. Shout out to you, Chad. Absolutely. Because I've been getting some wear out of this one. This one's been popping up a lot in these weekly rotation videos. I don't think it's missed a weekly rotation since I got it a few weeks back, and I've worn it several times. It's really good stuff. Again, nothing that's so special that I encourage you to just run out and get this one, but you could do a lot worse if you're interested. Again, that's Kenneth Mankind Unlimited. Moving into Monday, I was happy to finally get around to wearing this one. Such a beautiful blonde leather, like a fresher, not super fresh leather, but there's not all that many leather-dominant fragrances to wear in the warmer weather, but I think Ferragamo's bright leather pulls it off. So this color scheme, this beige color, is very suited to the leather. I equate this scent profile mostly to the Napa leather, Italian leather upgrade that you can get with Mercedes. For those of you that don't know, I sold Mercedes for many years. And I relate this to like the blonde, the beige, the cream, all those, that Italian Napa leather, the upgraded interior package that you could get, that genuine Napa leather smell that it would evoke, just smell of luxury, soft, supple leather. That is what this gives me. I relate it to Napa leather in an S-Class. I just do. This is beautiful. I'm spraying it. And God, it's so good. All of the flankers I've noticed, including Intense Leather, that's the other one I have, plus the original, they all dry down to the original. They have a little bit of that violet leaf feel, even though I don't even remember if it's in the notes. I don't think it is with this one. It dries down to that base DNA of Ferragamo that was released in 2020, just based around violet leaf. But soft blonde leather, I believe blonde leather is even the accord that's listed here, but it's very accurate. A little on the creamy side, there's some freshness, there's a soft woody feel, but like I said, it's mainly dominated by this luxurious leather smell. This is a great fragrance that doesn't get any love. During the day, Ferragamo bright leather. Then when I got the shower, this is one of the better cheapies I've picked up in a long time, and it might be my favorite Ellis fragrance. This one's showing up at the rack stores. I think it's totally blind buy safe. It smells like spicy Nautica Voyage. It's Ellis Pure Blue. It smells like Nautica Voyage plus cardamom. It's that simple. Yeah, and it's a little bit of a bubblegummy feel, like a sage cardamom type of tone. A little spiced, but it still has that base DNA smell. And I don't even remember the notes exactly, but with Nautica Voyage, you get green apple. It's watery, it's musky, it's a little white floral. Kind of everything about the Nautica Voyage DNA, I get here, plus some spice and a little bit of bubblegum. About the same performance too, 4 or 5 hour range, decent performer. Now it is a few dollars more than Nautica Voyage, but I feel like it's got a little bit more going on. 25 bucks for 100 ml. I think it's a good price point for it. Love the bottle first and foremost. Stout, frosted blue, rubberized cap, clicks into place really well. Good atomizer. Like, this is a premium Perry Ellis fragrance. I wouldn't say premium compared to other premium fragrances, but in the Perry Ellis house as it stands, this is one of the more premium bottles, and just a wonderful daytime fragrance that offers some added spicy tones to, like I said, Nautica Voyage's DNA. I'm a big fan of this one. I'm a big fan. I've been seeing it pop up all over the place. I say if you like Nautica Voyage, you'll love this, because I think it is a little bit better. Out the shower, Perry Ellis Pure Blue. Moving into Tuesday is 2 of the best affordable rack store pickups I've had this year. And they're recent pickups. This one really surprised me. It opens a little bit kind of like Armani Code's DNA and dries down kind of like L'Homme DNA. It's Davidoff The Game. I'm so surprised by this fragrance. Looks like a stack of poker chips. This is really good. This is really good. It's a soapy iris. And it's got to have coumarin, tonka bean, whatever in here. It's not listed in the note breakdown that I've seen, but it smells like it. It smells like it belongs in the Armani Code family, and then it starts to dry into the L'Homme family. This is good stuff. Average performance, 6 hour range is what I've been getting in longevity. Did some test sprays, obviously, in this particular day, did a full wearing. Fan. I'm quite the fan. This one really speaks to my taste. I saw this one in the past, years back when I lived in Texas at the rack stores, and never gave it 2 thoughts on picking it up. Well, saw it again recently, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a shot. Smelled it, fell in love, saw the note breakdown, made complete sense to what I was smelling. This is good stuff. If you like soapy iris with a little bit of tonka bean sweetness, you're going to like this fragrance. Because like I said, even though tonka bean / coumarin, same thing, even though it's not listed, it's in here. Nobody could convince me otherwise. It's not in the formula. They just didn't list it in the note breakdowns. But I'm a big fan. This is a safe blind buy for you L'Homme and Armani Code lovers, in my opinion. This is Davidoff The Game. And then we got the shower. This one's still popping up too. This is Antonio Banderas Radiant Seduction. This, oh man. Big fan. Big fan. Did I stress that I'm a big fan of Radiant Seduction in black? It's a little spicy, a little fruity, but a lot of great. A little spicy, a little fruity, a lot of great. What do I mean by that? It's just so enjoyable. I like this one more than Blue Seduction. I think I've gotten to where I like this one more than King of Seduction Absolute, which was my favorite Banderas fragrance I had picked up recently, because I picked up a lot of stuff from the house as of late. And this one, I think, has become my favorite. It's the one I've been gravitating to and wearing the most. They do have a lot of really good cheapy gems from Antonio Banderas, I have to say. Very slept on, underappreciated cheapies. Some people are in the know and totally get it. I understand. I'm kind of late to the party. But this one's out right now, guys. If you're interested in grabbing it, you could do so much worse for the like 20 bucks I think I paid for this 100 ml. Maybe even 15. I don't remember exactly, but at least 20 at the most. This is good stuff. Out the shower, Antonio Banderas Radiant Seduction in black. Moving into Wednesday. This was a full wearing for a fragrance I did a collaboration review on this channel with my buddy Chad from Gentleman's Journey. During the day, I went with Perry Ellis Portfolio for Men, or as he likes to call it, Perry Ellis Portfolio Gray. Totally get it, because the bottle's gray. I do like blue a little bit more, but this has a lot going on. Chad described it as a dad fragrance, and I think that makes sense because it's very inoffensive. It doesn't have a youthful, playful, loads of synthetic and sweetness type of thing going on. There's herbs, there's a little fruitiness, there's musky tones to it as it dries. It's got a musky, woody base, a little herbaceous. Has kind of that barbershop feel to it because it doesn't really do any one thing great or too much. Like there's no dominant notes and accords here. It just kind of has a decent amount of stuff going on that just kind of works in harmony with one another. It's a solid cheapie. I don't think it's a great cheapie, but it is a solid cheapie that for the $15 to $20 you're going to spend on this, this might be all you need. This, if you don't like all the modern sweet stuff and the modern blue fragrances and everything, this might be that affordable fragrance you're looking for. Perry Ellis did a good job with it. If this is your style, you're going to love it. If you just want, you don't want that maybe classic style of barbershop aromatic fougères, maybe that's done to death and you're ready to move on to something a little evolved, a little bit different from that without veering too far away, I would say that's who this fragrance is for. During the day, Perry Ellis portfolio for men. Then took a shower, and that was the night that we went to see the new Flash movie, and I decided to wear Stronger With You Amber from Emporio Armani. One of my favorite releases of the year. Huge fan of this one. Fiery hot spice, sugary sweet, bright and floral, dries down warm, ambery, and vanillic. Performance is really good on this one. There's nothing to not like about this fragrance. If you like any fragrance in the line, you're going to like this one. It's true to the DNA with its own little twist. I love when they stick to the DNA, but they all have their little twist. And the Stronger With You line is notorious for that. Some people say if you smelled one, you smelled them all. And I get that. That's because they always dry down very similar to one another. They start off different, and then they start to, kind of veer into one lane. And I think that's true flankering, because you want to offer something a little bit different without getting away from what makes the scent profile great in the first place. And this one is nothing short of pulling that off perfectly, in my opinion, because it does offer something a little bit different for the line while still drying into that spicy, vanillic, sweet, roasted chestnut DNA. Because even though there's a limited note breakdown to this fragrance, there's a lot more going on than what they want to lead you to believe. Out the shower and for movie night, I went with Strong With You Amber. Moving into Thursday was a phenomenal, freshy type of day. I still can't believe EJ put this out. This is Happyland Studios' Haymaker, one of his 2 new releases. This is a lime ginger lemon balm, like a little bit of Sprite going on here, lemon lime with a lot of ginger. Really brightens this top up because it's a heavier freshie because of the oil concentration, but it's so good. So good. I'm so happy. I told EJ too after the video, I'm so happy that he chose to do this. This is fresher than Shameless. Shameless was the freshest fragrance he had. EJ typically doesn't do freshies. I'm confident in this statement that this is more than likely the freshest fragrance we'll ever get out of Happyland, because EJ's not really all that much of a freshy guy, but he put his best foot forward with this one. I really do believe that. There's some clean muskiness to this. Like I said, a load of ginger. There's a little bit of amber and woods in the backdrop. I heard somebody say maybe kind of like a fresher, more complex take on kind of like Tygar in some ways. I could see where they're coming from with that. There's definitely a lot more going on here than the Tygar scent profile, but it's a fair statement, kind of like EJ's version of that mass appealing freshness. I can see where they're coming from, though I don't think they smell the same. There are some similarities, though. I can get that with the citrus up top. There's a different type of citrus here, and it's a lot of ginger versus a spicy accord, because it's a lot of ginger. If you like ginger, you're going to like this fragrance. But it's kind of a mouth-watering, delicious type of citrus, and it is smothering and suffocating the airspace around me. It is crazy strong. You don't need a lot of sprays of this one, but this is absolutely, of the 2, Haymaker and Roundhouse, in my opinion, this is the one that is absolutely must try. If you've been clamoring for a fresh fragrance from EJ Wells, here you go. During the day, Haymaker from Happyland Studio. Then I got the shower. It was time for a good shave, and I went with my signature Citrine shave set and gave myself some sprays of the fragrance. This is slowly becoming my favorite shave set. I reach for this one more times than not. There was a stretch when it was the Tobacco shave set, the Noir shave set. I go in and out with Rosé because I do have 2 different shave soaps of Rosé. Only one splash, but I'll tell you what, if you're looking for some beautiful sweet orange with some incense, it's hard to get away from this. It's a great shaving experience. It's great out the shower. Just a wonderful spa-like type of feel if you like citrus. Out the shower, I had a good shave with Zaharoff Signature Citrine. Moving into Friday was a double up. I wore it during the day. I wore it again out the shower because I'm just loving it. It's hard to put this one down when you're spending time with it during the day. It is the currently sold out, now on back order, Zaharoff Signature CoCoLoCo. So a lot of hype behind this one from way more than beyond just myself. The cardamom kind of takes center stage with the fruitiness here. Pear, pineapple, coconut combo. I've heard people really talk about the clementine jumping out for them. But for me, it's kind of an amalgamation of all of it, really. Like, nothing really stars in the show when it comes to the fruits for me. Like, I get a little bit of all of it, making this one interesting, juicy fruit accord with this vibrant spiciness that the cardamom provides. Just a beautiful fragrance. It really is. There's a little bit of a white floral touch. It gets a little powdery, still quite sweet. There's this vanillic, sugary tone as it dries, but it's more dominated by the blonde wood here. There's a blonde cedar note that kind of takes hold of the base, and I'm just a huge fan of it. Performs great on me. I did 7 sprays, which was way more than I needed, but boy, I had a great sillage going. This was some good stuff. And then when I got out the shower, I gave myself another 4 sprays, just because I wanted to keep it going. It was such a joy to wear during the day. Any of you that have this fragrance, you know exactly where I'm coming from. If you're interested in getting in on batch 2, which will be it until probably next spring or summer, there's a link down below if you want to get on the back order. It's back at pre-order pricing, which it is. Totally new cap colors, color palette swap, new boxes, everything. So batch 1's completely unique now, because the only thing the same is the design of the plate and the juice in the bottle. But everything else is changing as far as packaging, from color schemes to box art. It's changing. So all day long, Zaharoff Signature CoCoLoCo. Finally, on Saturday, both fragrances are based off this scent profile, which with the daytime scent being the original scent profile. But this was the coolest thing I've ever found at Marshall's as far as fragrance, and the most expensive one too. I paid $250 for it, but it's Creed Silver Mountain Water. I've heard all the things. If I could have got a tester for this, which I don't buy Creed testers, I want the full presentation with Creed. I've heard I would have sold you mine for this. Oh, you could have got it for 20 or 30 bucks less from this place, whatever. Totally missed the point in that video. The point was how cool it was for me to finally come across a Creed, and then a Creed that I actually wanted to buy. So it was one of those, yeah, I could save a few more dollars buying it online, 10, 20, 30 bucks, but I wanted to buy it. I love finding stuff in the wild, and as far as fragrance hunting at rack stores in the wild, this is the coolest fragrance I've ever come across. So I was abso-freaking-lutely buying it. Wore it during the day yesterday, because at the recording of this, it's Sunday. I wore this yesterday, just did 4 sprays around the neck. It was plenty. I was smelling myself for a few hours before it got much fainter on skin. I've been getting about 6 to 7 hours in longevity on my skin with this. Totally fine. That's about what I expected from it. With the projection being better than you would think for about 2 hours. Better than you would think, because this gets touted for being super weak. And I'm not saying newer batches aren't. This is from November of 2021. Not saying newer batches aren't, but this one's not that bad. It is not a beast. It's an average performer with slightly above average projection early on. Kind of surprised me, but love the scent profile. Wife's a huge fan of it. She was loving that I was wearing this during the day. Creed Silver Mountain Water. And I kept it going. I had reached back in the collection. I had to dig. This was in the back of my Banana Republic boxes. But I haven't worn it in a long time, and I figured why not? Let's keep it going with Banana Republic's Metal Rain. So this is based around the Silver Mountain Water DNA as well. I haven't worn this fragrance in years. I've worn Grassland that came out alongside it, which smells like Green Irish Tweed from Creed, which is phenomenal. Grassland's great. Forgot how good this is. This is a little bit more warm and fruity overall versus the metallic nature of this, but this is clearly this, Banana Republic's take on Silver Mountain Water. Beautiful fragrance. I'm going to leave this one towards the front of my Banana Republic boxes so it doesn't get forgotten about so easily, because I need to reach for this one more, because this is a great rendition, affordable rendition of Creed Silver Mountain Water. It's one of the better clones that have come out that you can get around 20 bucks, $20 to $30. It's pretty hard to beat. Decent, about the same level of performance that I get out of the real deal. Obviously the quality's not the same, but out in the air, who cares? They both smell great, right? That's all that really matters. They smell great. Out the shower, Banana Republic, Metal Rain. Well, that was this week's rotation. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? Let me know down in the comments. It's my favorite format of the week. My favorite comments to read. I love to see what you guys were wearing. Definitely sound off below. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the stuff I wore this past week and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later.